Okay.
Welcome to Empower Network.
Welcome to our home.
Welcome to this little dump.
It's an apartment, and we don't have a lot of money, but we are working to change all
In
of
fact,
that.
this is subsidized housing. It is rent geared to income housing. I have a subsidy for my rent that allows me to only have to pay $139 a month.
That's a good deal, but
It's not a good deal because
that's all we can
me.
afford.
It keeps me on disability. It keeps me on disability.
And we work, but we only make enough money to keep the bills paid, and we feel like we're never getting ahead.
I make $900 a month.
We really feel stuck.
We are stuck.
And we have decided that we're going to change all of that.
We are changing it. We got involved with Empower Network about a month ago, and we've been studying the all the coaching. We just had an awesome coaching session today with Alex Zubarov, our sponsor, and we're just delving into all the work and understanding the company, learning. And
You might say, what is Empower Network? Well, basically, it gives us a product to sell that not only
Sure.
helps us,
yeah,
but it helps other people too through our efforts.
talk like you're talking to me.
I'm trying to talk to you like a normal person, but I'm kind of nervous. So bear
Because
with
you're
me.
not really a normal person at this point in time, because we haven't really grasped that you're actually on the other side of this watching us.
I'm still looking at you as an electronic
Oh, look at the
device.
squirrel running across the
We're
snow.
looking at a squirrel.
Running across the snow.
You know, it's important just to observe and enjoy life and our natural surroundings.
We live in the
take
coun-
time for it.
Yes, we live in the country. We love our quiet time. We love nature. We love to be out there, just doing a lot of the things that we love, like being on the water.
And as we continue and show you what our life is all about, you will see a lot of this, the activities that we do and how we live life. And we just like to share that with you so you get a picture of who we are.
So for the next 20 minutes, I'm going to set the timer right behind us, so we're only going to record this for 20 minutes. You're just going to videotape us and watch us, observe us, as we just sit down, focus on the next thing that we're going to be working on. And this is just going to be recording 20 minutes of the day in the life of Randy and Bonnie. And we might edit this,
Or
and
you
we might never show you. So you might never actually see this. So
It's kind of like a
nevertheless,
TV show.
yeah, it's like a TV show, the Randy and Bonnie show.
Next week, stay tuned.
It's
for when
the German and the British. No, that's not British. Come on, say a British thing. On the accent.
Cheerio.
Cheerio. Cheerio. Come on, do it with the
Cheerio.
with the wave, with the
Yeah,
Queen's wave.
with the
The
Queen's
Queen's wave.
wave.
No, you gotta put your fingers together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in a couple. Yeah, a couple.
Yeah, so that the cup. Okay. That made the Queen millions. You could do the same for us and you.
We're gonna show you how. All right, so I'm just gonna fill my glass of water, and do you want to get?
I will get ourselves set
You
up.
want some water?
Yes, please. Now this is entertainment.
Entertainment at its best. And you're going to see me taking my glasses off and on and just peering over them because I don't have bifocals.
She thinks it looks more
And
intimidating.
it makes me look very smart,
Yes.
intellectual.
She is quite smart.
Only intellectual people know how to say that word.
Intellectual.
So try it. Go ahead and say the word intellectual.
Intellectual.
Because if you can say it, it means that you are.
And if you say it, well, you kind of roll it at the end, it sounds much more impressive. So watch. Listen. Intellectual.
This is coming from a man who cannot roll his R's, but is French.
Yes.
All right. So, we are going to be focusing on...
Working on our blog site
I thought we were doing our lead page.
first.
Well, are we going to be transferring the capture page? We're working on the capture.
If we just transfer that capture page we already made to our blog site.
Okay, but which page in our blog site? The thank you or the
Front.
or the other one? The here, let's
Our daily flight plan page.
yeah, the daily flight plan. I think we should put it
Put it
there
there? That's a
because
good
that's
idea.
going to be more interesting. Well, not all of it. All of it's interesting. Empower! Empower! Empower!
Yes.
We're geeks. We sit alone, isolate ourselves in the country, yelling out empower in our little apartment.
We're not working for someone else and having them telling us what to do at the moment.
Exactly. Exactly. And you can scratch your crotch. I just said that to get a reaction out of him. Because he is very British.
You can just relax and enjoy your day how you wish to enjoy it. Because you're your own boss and you are choosing to live your life this way.
Okay, stop trying to sell them.
Am I trying? Does it sound like I'm trying to sell you?
God. Yeah.
I can follow them and be part of it. It's just having just a method that everyone can follow where everyone's able to be successful, and it's just step-by-step instructions on how to become successful.
Did you hear that?
So excited. I can't stay off of my phone. So I'm super
What are you, parenting?
You're only going to be successful though if you choose
So
it.
this is really
If you choose to be successful.
step by step is right there.
I'm not drinking alcohol.
Step away from the wine glass.
Water.
Step away from the water glass.
That's my favorite.
He picks up the water glass as a security blanket to help him get into his head,
The relationships, the connections,
to give a
building
certain
value,
impression.
connecting with one another and helping each other regardless of where you are. Most of my friends in Empower,
I guess that's what it
oftentimes aren't
is.
connected to me financially, but we still connect. We're not just looking at, what's in it for me. Everybody's favorite radio station is WIFM. What's in it for me?
For me.
So what motivates me
Ask yourself
is
what's
the
in it for you.
relationships and also making a
What
difference in somebody's
what
life.
motivates you to fight for what you want?
Think about that.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Think about it for 30 seconds and then
Do
just
something about it.
I succeed.
Make a
because I'm
decision
doing the things that you're not.
about the opportunity that's in front of you right now. So click the button below to find out what this opportunity is really all about. You'll be able to get involved into a lot more detailed information when you click the button below. Go ahead and click it now. We'll see you on the other side.
When I first heard about this, I thought it was a scam, you know.
Bogus.
I thought it was crap. Wasn't really interested in looking any further, but I'm telling you, once I started looking into it, it made a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. It's
And-
what I've really been looking for. It's an opportunity for change. And it's a vehicle. And I'm making the decision, we're making the decision, and we are changing our lives. And you can do the same. All it takes is just click on it, just look into it a little further. The information is all there.
It's all here.
It's right here. It's at your fingertips. It's within your grasp. So reach out and do it now. Don't put it off any longer. I know that we put it off long enough and we were stuck for a long time. Till we just finally got sick of it.
I have been stuck for decades. All right. Anyway, I wanted to, I don't want to talk about the whole stuck thing because everybody gets stuck and everybody is stuck. And if you're at this page wondering what we're all about, you've been stuck because you haven't yet taken the opportunity that's right in front of you, and to believe in yourself and believe that when you come across something that has real integrity and authenticity and a foundation behind a business that actually supports you and your dream, if you haven't taken that step yet, this is the time to take it, because this is the real thing. It's right in front of you right now. I just wanted to change the subject for a second, because I really want to make a point of introducing ourselves in the way that we really want to be known within the company. Now, Randy initially came up with proof pilots, and that's because we want to prove to anybody and everybody.
How you can change. How you can choose to change.
Well, not even just how. We're not proving to you how to change. We're proving that you and anybody can do this.
And we're trying to show you how we're doing it, and hopefully that will encourage you and others to do the same.
That's right. And so I've just recently thought of maybe renaming us, but I really like proof pilots.
That's the first I've heard of it.
Yeah, I know. It's because I really like this whole idea of when we've watched all the videos, they talk about this idea of, gold nuggets that you can take from, basically, if you treat everybody, every person that you meet, like you have an opportunity to learn something from them, like those people in front of you, no matter who it is, no matter who you're interacting with, whether it's your son, your daughter, your parents, your friends, your colleagues, your neighbors, someone just walking down the street, someone in line at the grocery store. Please don't interrupt me. Every single person has a gold nugget to pass on to you. And I have just been recently very motivated by this whole gold nugget idea, because I've always really appreciated every single individual I've ever met in my life, and I've kind of treated them like the holy man kind of thing. Like they have something very wise for me to learn from or about. They've had a specific piece of information to pass along to me, and I want to consider everybody and everything that I do in this business as a gold nugget. And I think we should call ourselves the Gold Nuggets.
That sounds like a basketball team. We're not the Harlem Globetrotters here.
No, but we are the Gold Nuggets. We could be the Gold Nuggets. We could be the past. We could
Denver Nuggets.
We could be the Boulder Nuggets.
But we're the proof pilots. Like that is a killer name, don't you think? I think
what we should do is put a vote out onto our blog. Should we stick with proof pilots, or should we go with the Gold Nuggets?
And if you're one of the 3 followers at the present moment,
we have 3 very precious followers. Actually, it's not 3 now; it's 4. We have 4 very precious followers.
But you're at the forefront of everything, so you're in a very strategic position. You should feel fortunate.
No, they shouldn't feel anything.
No, we're just glad you're there.
We're just really glad that you're here with us, and that you're taking the time to really watch this, video of ours that
you think it's worth looking into. That you think it's worth it for you, because you want to change things.
And we really want to change things for ourselves, and we really want to pass along everything that we learn to you, because we know that life really isn't the same when you're not able to invest what you've learned and your knowledge and wisdom. If you're not passing it on and helping the world become a better place, and helping your neighbors become better, and helping each other really go after our dreams, and not just talk about it, but actually learn the skills, learn the steps, and what you need to do to just really take control of where you're focusing and what you're doing, and make each and every step very effective And
If you're not doing that, I believe, in a way, you're just wasting your time and you're not making the most of what you have to give for yourself and for the world.
that's right, because we're tired of laying around watching movies. We have a whole stack of like 400 and some movies.
We love movies, but
We love movies, but we've decided to put all those aside. We watch one or two, maybe once every like 2-3 weeks,
we've made the decision to actually live our lives.
not just watch other people live their own.
And you
Instead.
can do the same.
All right, now we're going to finish this, stop the sales pitch here. All right?
This isn't a sales pitch, but it's just talking about
Oh, yeah.
facts.
It is facts, but just talk from your heart.
I am talking from my
No,
heart.
you're talking from your head right now.
Oh, I get confused.
And when you get confused, it means you're talking from your head. Because the heart is
Because
never.
the head gets confused.
Because the heart
doesn't
is
get
never confused.
I'm learning that.
We're reading a really great book right now. I'm sure. So many people out there have heard about it. It's called "Think and Grow Rich"
That's
by Napoleon Hill.
that's a wonderful title, and that's quite the name for an author. I wonder if that's his real name.
That is his real name,
How do we know?
as far as we know.
As far as
That was
we
his-
know, maybe he said, what can be a catchy name? I'll sell books for me. So he thought of Napoleon, because you think of Napoleon and you think of
I like
victory, history, heroics,
But
legend.
it's not about his name. It's about the fact that he could have the name Gigi, and everything in that book is absolutely absurdly
If
brilliant.
his name was Gigi, you'd
And
think
insightful.
of fashion or Beverly Hills or something. You'd think you're
You
reading
wouldn't-
something about a soap opera.
Yeah, but Randy, you wouldn't think that, because if you read the book, it's not about fashion.
Well, no, once you start reading the book, but that might prevent you from really reading the book, or taking it serious enough to pick it up and start reading it. You got to think of all these things when you're writing a book. That's a tip.
Not really.
That's it.
He's written 2 books, okay? And he's gone by his own name, R.M. Ferrier. All right, so abbreviated.
But they're not published yet, so
They're in
doesn't
the
really
process
count
of being
yet.
self-published. And I am just beginning my book, my first novel. And it is called The Country I Ran. Watch for it. I'll let you know when it's out on the stands.
It will be a bestseller. You could be one of the first to buy it.
Not buy it, own it.
Own it, because it won't cost anything.
It's going to have stuff in it that you could never even imagine about a life that just is actually based on reality. It's not fiction. So my story is not fiction.
My books are just about a lot of crap.
No, they're not. So his first titled book is,
No, I don't want to give it away yet.
okay,
So
that's up to you.
you all find out when the crap hits the market.
And then I'll let you know when my gold nugget hits the market. All right, so what now?
So we're just
We're
going
gonna
to continue working. This is it. This is our day. This could be your life. In comfort of your own home, working on the computer, just taking a break, doing things you like, going out for a walk, going shopping, then coming back to work. It requires a certain amount of focus to do the work. The more time you put in, the better results you get. But you're your own boss, and that is golden.
That's right, because we live the mobile money lifestyle.
Now, at the moment, I haven't given up my other job yet, so I'm not able to do this full time, but that's what we're working towards, because we still have to pay the bills. But
We're at the moment trying to just supplement my income, so that once my income is completely 100% supplemented, then Randy will be taking more time off of his work to invest in the business to supplement his.
yes, and I'll be able to give up my other job completely, and we will do this full time, and then our lifestyle will improve greatly.
Yeah, so you can look at it. You can look at it in 2 ways. You can look at the future of your life being okay. So I personally, right now, I am 42. I'm going to be 43 years old in September. Okay, so I can either be a 43-year-old who hasn't tried anything to improve her life and still just live the life that I've been living for the last like 40 decades, or I can be a 43-year-old who, sorry, did I say
40 decades?
40 decades.
Older
Sorry,
than you think.
4 decades. Or I can be a 43-year-old who has actually taken the steps and will have some successes behind me. Whether I fail or not over the next like 6 months is irrelevant, because what I'm going to have at the date of my 43rd birthday is about 8 months of action that I took specifically that no one can ever take away from me. The knowledge that I'm learning, the people that I'm meeting, the friends that I'm making, the bonds that Randy and I are having, the strengths that we're developing, having a business that we do as a couple together, you know, like having a whole new concept of how my life can be. I would never have any of this if I didn't take the first step.
If you don't choose to make the change, nothing
The change
will happen.
is not going to choose you.
But if you try, you will have successes. If you make that effort, if you make that decision to
Looking forward to
try,
it.
you will have success. If you never try, you'll never have those successes. It's that simple. So,
So serious. So serious.
I don't think that was being serious, but
So authoritative and very parenting. Very strict parenting.
but that's it in a nutshell, though. You
A
have to
nutshell.
choose
a
to
gold
make the change.
nutshell. That's it in a nugget. That's a
Gold
nugget.
Nugget right there.
It is a gold nugget. Okay, we are the gold nuggets. See,
We're
our
the
two heads put
proof
together.
pilots, I thought.
We're the gold nuggets.
We're proof pilots who deliver gold nuggets. Because we're mining for them up in the Yukon.
No, okay, stop, please.
Maybe one day we will go up to the Yukon
Cut,
and we
cut.
will be panning and
Okay,
we'll
cut,
do a blog about it
Cut.
and it will be
That's not what I'm gonna be doing.
brilliant. It will be awesome.
I'm gonna be writing my next novel or doing a documentary.
I'll be out in the muddy creek with a pan
Yeah.
up to my knees in ice cold freezing water, catching a chill and pneumonia probably, and she'll be in the comfort of
I'm going to
some
be in Spain
cozy-
somewhere doing I'm going to be in Spain with a glass of wine. I'll
What?
be writing my next documentary. I'll be interviewing people maybe in Africa.
Well, I'm going
or
to be on the other
doing
side of the
my-
world.
Doing my writing. I'm going to be documenting people's lives. I've just always wanted to. I love culture. I just want to like throw myself into every culture out there. I want to learn everything. Maybe I'll be learning a language somewhere. And then you'll just
I'll
have
be
to
in
meet
the
me.
cold, icy waters of the Yukon.
But you'll be loving it, and then we'll meet on the weekend, and have some breakfast.
I don't know if this is how I really want it to pan out.
It's just gonna be like this once in a while.
I don't know
You know-
about this whole lifestyle thing. Maybe you're better off the way you are now.
Just go back, sit on the couch,
You'll
and
be
just
happier.
pull out the Cheetos.
You don't know what you're getting into by making this kind of a change. I didn't know what I was getting into, apparently.
He still doesn't.
I still don't. I don't feel safe. Run! Run while you can.
Yeah, get the hell out of here.
Turn this off. Do not click and look any further into this.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because I don't think you are gonna know how to handle it. Because he just figured out that he might not know. How
I
to
don't
handle
think
it.
I can even go back at this point.
That's
It's
right.
too late for me. It's
That's
not
right.
too late for you.
Save yourself.
Get off the computer already.
Save yourself from the hardship of a rich, wealthy life.
Go back to the couch and the TV and the bag of Cheetos.
Exactly, because that's where you're safe. That's where you're really secure.
Go back to working that job all day long where you're depressed and you're sick and tired of it and it's not paying you enough and they're not appreciating you and they take you for granted.
And you take yourself for granted.
And you don't think you can do any better or you're worth it. But you are.
You absolutely are.
And even though you don't know what you're really getting into by making a change, it's worth finding out. It's always worth finding out.
A good way to do this is just to get up off the couch right now, go up for a 15-minute walk in the sun.
If it happens to be sunny.
If it happens to be sunny.
If not, in the cloud or in the rain or the snow.
Just take a deep breath of the fresh air and try to imagine your life for those 15 minutes different.
Just feel what it's like to be alive. Like sometimes we just forget to take the time to realize just what it feels like to be alive and what we really have.
Yes. That's very true. You get caught up in all of your little day-to-day things and forget about yourself, and
the world around you, you know, it's just like you're in automatic and you're not really living because you're not feeling anything.
Aren't you tired of it?
I know I got to the point where I was tired of it.
I had been tired of it for 30 years.
I think you just come to a realization.
Be brave,
what
take your
it
risks.
is
Nothing
and where
can
you are.
substitute your courage.
All it takes is to make the choice. Just choose to do it differently.
Break up with your stress.
We saw that somewhere in the computer. Somebody said that.
Paint a picture.
Just take
Bring
a
your pet
deep
out for a
breath.
walk.
Just feel everything that is around you and within you. And
you need to
realize that
definitely,
you are alive.
Yeah, and you need to definitely, the whole foundation of success is really about learning about who you are and tapping into that part of you that you always constantly ignore. And when you start to really listen to those parts of you, and there's going to be a lot of different parts saying a lot of different things, and the more you can have inner discussions and inner dialogue with all those parts and start getting them all to, sort of see what the core of you wants, what that mature, adult, wise self of you wants. More and more, little by little, you're going to start to see and start to feel all these other parts of you that are so afraid or, doubtful or, maybe just, maybe you have like a young child part that just wants to literally play every day. Maybe you have another part of you that just wants to, blame everybody, for your problems. Maybe you have another part that is, stuck in something of the past that that you just haven't accepted the reality of yet, that you can't get past. And once you start talking to these parts of yours and start nurturing them and telling them, okay, so all of these things are not happening at this very moment, and those things are all non-real, they're really not existent. Those are all just emotions that you're sort of holding on to. And as soon as you start to love those parts of you and embrace them as if you would embrace your own child or your pet or your parents or a good close friend or your loved one or those parts of you and the fears and resistances will just slowly dissipate. The second you start really embracing yourself and having compassion for your parts, your fears, and just really accept those parts, that is the process of just really accepting who you are and being totally okay with it. And nobody is perfect. You're going to feel so vulnerable in that process. And the most important thing to do is to actually just be okay and be comfortable with your own vulnerability because that's where all your creativity comes from. That's where all of your strengths really come from. That's where everything about you is born, and that's where you tap into that part of you, the core part of you, that you can never debate it, because it's just what it is. It's who you are. It's who you're meant to be. And you know exactly the part of you that I'm talking about. You've felt it every single day of your life. You always know why you're pushing it away. You always know that you're afraid of it. And it's just time to not be afraid of it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you one little example here. Look, I put this bouquet of flowers together, tulips.
They don't really smell.
They're all purple, except this one yellow one. This is the core of you, all right? All of these other ones are beautiful parts of you that are just not, they're all going their own ways, right? And this one part in the middle here, it's just growing up. It's growing up, and it's getting wiser, and it's growing to its potential. And all of these other parts, you just need to integrate them somehow, right? Like as soon as you start integrating them, look, it's like you become this beautiful like bouquet. They all become integrated together. And I know that might be a very weak analogy, but it's like it's a little analogy that's right in front of me right now on my own table, and I absolutely love tulips, especially yellow ones. So.
And then you have this other bouquet over here. And it's doing the opposite thing. Certain parts are
That's right.
going in their different directions. And this other part at the
Let's stick
core
this one.
is afraid to do anything. And it's stuck.
Yes.
And there's no real change happening. And it's not fulfilling its true potential, and it looks lonely. Look at it there. It's by itself, and it's struggling.
Every single one of these parts has a voice within you. And it's your job, and only your job. No one else can ever do it for you, because no one else lives inside of you. And that is a beautiful thing too. But it's your job to be accountable to all of these parts, to I guess to really lead them into a happier place. And to be happier, everybody knows that when you start letting go of old things that don't actually work for you anymore, it's always replaced with something that works better. And that's sort of the trick of this. The foundation of Empower Network, the foundation of what we're doing, is to help people realize that to let go of the old thoughts and the old perspectives and the perspectives that sort of paralyze you,
Keep you stuck.
Yeah, to keep you stuck in where you are, and you're just like you're revving your wheels, but you're never going anywhere, right? You want to be doing something productive,
It's just
but you
wasting
never.
energy.
Yeah, exactly. It's not effective. You're not being productive with what actions you might be taking. But it's all about your perspective, about what you're not letting go of yet. You're still holding on to all those fears and expecting things to move forward in a certain direction. But again, you need to let go of something in order to make space and room for something new to replace it with. And you need to learn not just a new way of doing things, just a better way, a more effective way. And if you look at things that way, it's a little bit more simple and less it's less threatening when you just focus on wanting to learn how to do something different, as opposed to, oh my god, I have to change. Stop thinking about, you don't need to think about change. All you need to focus on is, I just want to do this one thing better. And then you just look into all the ways that people have done it different, and try some of those things out. And just go with what feels good for you, go with what works for you, go with something that is different and that gives you different results in a positive way, that makes you feel good.
What you're doing right now, you're doing it in a certain way, and it is achieving certain results. So if you want to achieve different results, it's plain and simple. You have to choose to do things in a different way. You're always going to have fears. You're always going to have fears, but you work with those fears and you keep moving forward and you keep choosing to follow what's in your core, and you will not go wrong.
You will go right.
You will go right.
Keep it positive. Okay, so we're going to end this video. We've been
blabbing on long enough.
yeah. So we all know that success, perseverance, hard work, and patience, a lot of courage, gets you to where you finally find yourself in living your dream, not thinking about it.
It's a choice.
Yes.
You have to choose.
Yes, it is.
We have chosen.
We've chosen, and we are so happy that you are sharing this journey with us. And we want you to join us. We want you to follow us, learn from us. As we learn ourselves, we're going to pass all of our knowledge on to you. We're going to really try to be here for you as much as we possibly can. If you have questions, we're going to answer them. Just throw out those questions. Leave us some comments below on our blog.
We welcome them.
Yes, click on some of the links in our blog. Go check out some of the videos for Empower Network, for the iPass, for the Internet Traffic Formula, for the secret. Sorry.
That's iPass.
Oh yes, that's sorry.
Yes. There are lots of products that are wonderful marketing tools. Wonderful motivating
the blogging
tools.
systems, of course. Yes.
Yeah. So we just hope that you can choose to make the change in your own lives, as we have in ours. And we'll be adding content to our blogs constantly, so just stay tuned and, just watch along with us and live your lives along with us.
Sayonara.
Bye for now.
Okay, so let's go click that off, and then we're going to rewatch it. So how did you feel about that?